tiny doggies too. Don't let anybody tell you any different, okay? It should never be a question. Oh, hey, everybody. How's it going? All right, we're live. We've got messages. Hello and welcome. It's Michael and then Debbie. Hello, guys. Hey, Michael. What's up, buddy? Let me take my wallet out here. I got no more cash. My wallet, I got to go get some more cash at some point. I just spent it all. So hello, David C. Baker Jr. Hello. Cat Stoops, yes. Yo, Kip. Thank you. You rock, says David C. Baker Jr. Yeah, I'm a little late for 420. But Richard Magnarelli, what's up? Hippie Chick, hey. Free Julian Assange, hell yeah. Baba Blue Jaws, what's up, son? Jeff Murphy, yo. Ray Scott, good evening. I am new to your channel. Ray Scott, how did you find my channel? Let me know. What's up, Nate? Haven't tuned in for a while. Life's been crazy. Hope you and the dog are well. Yeah, man, we're doing really well, actually. We cannot complain. So, let me refresh the page. Jack on iRebel. Jackie on Rebel, what's up, buddy? I'm just refreshing to try to get a legit number here on the chat. Yes, good. Okay, looking good here, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello. Love to see all of these people here when I go live. That makes me feel really good, man. Thank you for that. Just you showing up, man. It really makes my... If you guys see one of my shows come on, it makes you feel good. I want you to know when I go live and there's 30 of you here watching back, it makes me feel good. I mean, it really does. So thank you so much. Hey, Slowski, Austin, Doc. You shared a lot. Oh, man, thanks for sharing, man. All right, we got the shoes and the socks off. I'm really happy because I just went and picked up 3 more guitars from the luthier. I dropped off another one. Actually, no, I didn't drop it off. I dropped off one. I brought home. Oh, I think I left one of my guitars there, actually. Oops. I think I left one of my guitars at his house. I think I was supposed to come home with 4 guitars, and I only came home with 3. So he's probably like, "Oh man, you left your guitar here." It's okay. I got plenty of guitars to play. So I'm really excited because some of the guitars that I really enjoy playing are ready now to be played, and I haven't played them in years. So that's going to be fun. You know, I'm looking forward to rocking on those. I played him some music. That's why I'm a little late for the 420 show, because I stayed at the luthier's place. I played him some music, and I sang a couple of songs for him. You know, because I never really do that. And I was just so happy. You know, the guitars play so good. And he really sat there and enjoyed it. Facebook recommended the show, and I tuned in, and I decided to follow. Ray Scott, well, welcome to my show. Thank you for being here, and I can't tell you how happy I am that you're here. I love getting new viewers. This is a hardcore show. There's a lot of intense, words, cursing. I hope that doesn't shock you or bother you. It's all in fun, and I want you to know that. I don't hold any grudges. I don't like to punish people and take their voice away from my live stream. So if, people try to get along with me, I'm real easy to get along with. It's really easy to get along with me. Usually people come in here for the sole purpose of trying to start an argument with me. And those people, I usually just block them. I used to really engage them, and now I don't. As soon as I realize what's going on, I block them. Yeah, I want to give everyone a voice, and that's why sometimes I step into it a little bit with people, and then realize, oh, I just stepped into it. All I can do at that point is just say, hey, I got fooled, and you're blocked, Shaggy, you got any Keith? If so, smoke a cat's eye, bro. No thanks. I don't feel like getting that fucked up, bro. But I'm gonna smoke a little bit here. Yeah, cat's eye would just be... I feel like being a little bit more coherent for this show, not being all fucked up. And a cat's eye would fuck me up. For sure. So I literally just came out of the garden hot as out there. Still need to water and fertilizer. Slowski, what's up? Jason Grissom. Hey, Jason. Cat. Hi, Megsy. Smoke along. Cheers. Hey, Nate. You got any Keef? Okay, so we saw that. I literally just came out. Okay. Nay, what's up? Hey, Nay, Bossy. Nay, Bossy. Are you not Boss Lady Warfare, are you? Nay, Bossy. You're not Boss Lady Warfare, are you? Doc. I just got new drop. Can't wait to try a puff. Megsy. Bro, I want that bong band. Isn't it great? The lighter holster. Oh, I love it. Always have that lighter right where you need it. Kia 136 says, please visit naysgarden.com and click Grow 4 Pounds link to learn my grow secrets for free. Also catch Nays Garden on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook groups, and YouTube. Kia 136, I think you're the first person to ever do that. Thank you for doing that. That's nice. I'm high and eating chicken tikka and strawberries. I've got most strange diet. Babloss says 3 minutes. I've got to smoke 420, guys. No law regarding cannabis. Cat's eye. I'll tell you in a second. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis. Renee, nay. Okay, bossy. You look very pretty with that red hair, if that's what that is. Okay, I'm under the electric blanket. It's cold here in Indiana. Okay, cyber style. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. Kia. I got out in the tractor today and I made an extension to my road, doubled the length of it. Nay. You're welcome. So yeah, I got that work done, which was nice. You know, I got that road cut in, and it's really nice. I'll make a video of it for you guys. I'll put it on Instagram so you guys can see it. Lynn Marie. Hey, Lynn Marie. Aaron Schultz. It's really what it's called, lol. Aaron Schultz. Cheers. It's really what it's called, lol. Aaron Schultz. Cannabis? Aaron, are you talking about cannabis? Oh, I joined your IG. Oh, please. Everybody should join my Instagram, you guys. You know? No, wait, Twitter. Oh, you joined my Twitter? Okay. Aaron says no, scroll up. I have your live notifications on, so every time you go live, I get notified. A bit you will see. Nay's face swaps are priceless. Doc, thank you for saying that. Let me see what Aaron Schultz is going on about. Aaron, what did you say? I'm smoking some Pootie Tang. You couldn't wait for me to read that, could you? You couldn't wait for me to read that. Oh, you're so funny. Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang in the house. You trying to start a thing? Cannabisisms. Nick Brown. Megsy. Nene. I'm already on every site, lol. I just don't do Facebook much, really. Cheers. I'm smoking some good cannabis. Got a mixed bag today. Some blues and mango orange. Happy for 20. Nene boss. Lol. Lickety split. Hello. Megsy. Robin Johnson. Dave C. Showtime. Showtime. Right on, Michael. We're good there. I think I'm good for a bong rip. I've been watching some H.A. Goodman, and it's not good. It's not pretty. You know, his hype and his bluster is so detrimental to his audience. He has no idea what he's doing to those people. He is really pumping them up and pumping them up and pumping them up, and they're going to go down like the fucking Hindenburg. You know? Where's my location at, Ray Scott? I'm in Northern California, buddy. If you remember about 3 years ago, there were really, really bad fires in Northern California. That's very close to where I live. In fact, one of the worst fires from several years ago started just a mile from my house. Hello, is that a bong? Yes. My guy doing bongs whole day. Yes, Jan, I'm doing bongs all day. David C. Baker says, Space Farts, he is advancing my chat. Thank you. A. Will, ever had bud stop smelling during curing? Yeah, it means you didn't grow it properly. This is so true. Keep it open. And A. Will, I would bottle it up now, man. I'll put that shit in a jar. If it doesn't have a smell, put it in a jar. You know, what are you, airing it out or something? Monica. I look like one of them cool bikers, says Monica. Thanks, Monica. Michael Goldsmith. I hope I can grow a beard like that someday. Michael's. What's a cat's eye? Oh, you're still asking me what a cat's eye is. I remember all that, Nish. So scary. Oh, wow. Scary situation. I thought that fire was coming right for you. It was coming at me like a hand, and my house was right there. And this was the fire, and it looked like a hand. And my fucking house was right there, man. Luckily, it didn't do it. So, a cat's eye is a bong rip, right? Cannabis, and then you sprinkle keef on top, and then you take a drop of rosin or BHO, and you drip that in the middle of the keef. That's a cat's eye. I made that up. And it was years after that they invented moon rocks. And I'm like, no, those are fucking cat's eyes, motherfucker. They're not moon rocks, they're cat's eyes. You just changed my name. You changed the name to what I invented. All right. No law. You know, it's the same ingredients. They just, reverse it. You know? Mine was bud, keef, and oil. Theirs was bud, oil, and keef. Whatever. Fucking copied me. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. Right on, Fry Guy. Hey, John Mallory. Cheers, A. Will. Cheers, Nene. Thanks, Lickety Split. Biagio Bortone. Biagio Bortone. What are you doing, Biagio Bortone? I love your name, buddy. I can't help it. Biagio Bortone. I have been well. Connor Mumford, somebody else whose name I love. John Mallory, cheers. Cheers, David C. Baker. Debbie, cheers. Lexi, can you light some fireworks with your wand while you blow those smoke O's? Lexi, light some fireworks for you, hon. Oh, looks like you got them in. I'm single. Watch out, girls. Yeah, I'm a toy guy. Hippie chick. Cheers, Lynn Marie. Cheers, Massa Fry. And you the doctor, bro. Aw, thanks, Massa Fry. Fry guy. Jan Polak. Polak. Are you smoking bongo with tobacco and stuff? I like to mix it even when doing bongo smoke. No, Jan, no tobacco. Tobacco causes cancer. Bad for the lungs. Tobacco, bad. Cannabis, good. Don't mix bad and good. Only do the good. Okay? Okay, Jan Polak, whatever your name is. Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., 50-year-old men boxing tonight. Anybody watching it? Wow, is that fight tonight? How much are they charging for it? 150 bucks? Two rolled Candyland. Cheers, Nay Trendies. If there's one thing I know, a 50-year-old man can take a punch. You know, a lot of you guys know this, but some of you that don't, that are new, about a month ago, I was working out in the yard, and I was making a video, actually. And I had taken a big log, and I had thrown it. And when the log hit, it was a big Y-shaped log. And when the log hit the ground, it bounced. And this log was, you know, I'm saying 2-inch oak, like this. And it was a total of, you know, like 16 feet of wood in a Y, in the shape of a Y. And I picked this thing up, and I fucking threw it down the mountain. And it fucking bounced off the ground, and it hit me right between the fucking eyes. A piece of oak smacked me in the head so hard that it split my head open, and I started bleeding immediately. And I'm telling you, it dazed me for a second. And I was like, fine. And I was like, fuck, dude, I could take a fucking baseball bat to my fucking head. Literally. You know? That thing was coming back centrifugally at me. It had a curve to it. And when it hit the ground, it was swinging. It swung back towards me. It really hit me hard. And it smacked me, but it didn't knock me down, and it didn't knock me out, and it didn't stop me from doing what I was doing. And I went right over to the camera, and I held up the fucking camera and showed everybody what just happened to me. I was like, I just smacked myself in the head with a fucking oak tree branch. So, I have no questions that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. could take some fucking shots tonight. You know, because I'm not even trained for that shit, and I could take an oak tree to the fucking between the eyes. You know, I think they can handle themselves. I think they're going to do good. I wouldn't be surprised it's a great fight, you know? I wonder if Mike Tyson still has that power, you know? Does anybody know how much the fight is going to cost tonight? I'm hard-headed, right? Fuck yeah, I am. Your money's on Mike Tyson? $50. Oh, it's only $50? Oh, that's affordable. What time is the fight at? I'll text Dino and see if he wants to come over for that. Would you like to come over tonight and watch the Tyson fight? Would you like to come over tonight and watch the Tyson fight? Did you guys hear that? Yeah, Benny, it's Mike Tyson's fighting tonight, according to my sources here in the chat. I have a lot of them. Why so many channels, Benny? Because of algorithms, Benny. So I can say and do whatever I want, and if I get shut down on one channel, I can go broadcast to another. You get it? They've been bullying me. Social media has been bullying me since I started. You know? So in order for me to stay relevant to my audience, I have a whole bunch of channels so they can catch me live. There's a lot of people who depend on me going live 3 times a day. You know, it's like there's people that they hope that I'm going to go live. It's a good hour for them, and it's a release no matter what the fuck is going on here, and they feel comfortable. You know, I like to be here for those people, man. I know it's important. Yeah, I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to know I'm live. So the best way now, we think, is to join all 20 of my YouTube channels. Follow them all 20 of them. Hit subscribe and notifications for all on all. You will get anywhere from 3 to 6 notifications every time I go live. Your phone will ding 6 times. You'll know it's me if you do that. And I go live 3 times a day. So if you want to get those 6 dings and know when I go live, that's how to do it, man. That's what works for me. It works for me. Make sure you turn the notifications on your smart device. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize you don't have notifications turned on, you know, so it's not going to work. Lurch Grow 420, thanks, buddy. How much is your sweaters? I don't know. They're on the website, naysgarden.com. I don't know how much they are. Do I grow? How long have I been smoking? Benny, I've been growing out here in Northern California for years. I've established myself here as an accomplished grower. I just got 22 pounds off of 6 plants this year on my outdoor grow. I'm smoking some of it right now. How long have I been smoking? Since I was 14 years old. I'm 52. I quit for 5 years in my late 20s, I believe, early 30s. I quit for 5 years. Quit smoking cannabis for 5 years. 5 years of complete sobriety, except for some pain pills when I broke my neck and my ribs in a motorcycle accident during that 5-year period. Somebody tried to call me out in an AA meeting for that. People jumped on him. They're like, bro, He's like, I didn't need to do that. I got into a car accident. They're like, dude, did you break your ribs? He's like, no. And they're like, that guy just said he broke 6 ribs and 4 vertebrae. Yeah, I took the pain pills, man. I was fucking in so much pain. Yeah, I broke my neck. I broke my neck, and I broke my ribs. It was a horrible fucking accident, man, because somebody was talking on their cell phone while they were driving their car, and they fucking hit me head on. I was on a motorcycle. I got the helmet right there that I was wearing when I got into that head-on collision with that car. You wouldn't believe the damage that fucking helmet went through. That my head got spared. My head would have exploded like a pumpkin because the helmet exploded like a pumpkin, basically. And my head was pretty much fine. You know, except some... Pretty much fine. No law regarding cannabis, cyber style. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Hey, Paul. Hey, Bibley. Hey, John. Hey, David. Cheers. Hey, Robin. Right on, Megsy. Dino taught me how to throw a axe. We were having fun. We had a guy used to come in here all the time. I haven't seen him in a long time. His name's Dolch. He throws axes at medieval events. Those events they have where you looks like, you know, olden days. He was like a blacksmith, axe thrower, I think. Been on your live streams. This is really chill. I like that you actually interact with your subscribers. Seth, is it Seidler? Seth? Is it Seedler? Is it Seedler? Like S-E-E-D. It's Seidler? Like you sidle right on up? Hey, bro, Seth, did you see that you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? Did you see that episode of Seinfeld where she's talking about the guy that fucking sidles up and scares her at work, so she bought him Tic Tacs? So every time he walked, he fucking had that sound. He just sidles right up. I do believe they call that sidling. Okay, computer. Sidle definition.
Here's something I found on Wiktionary. Sidle is a proper noun meaning a crater on the moon.
A crater on the moon? A Seidel is a crater on the moon? I've never heard that one before. Hey, you guys, of all of the voices that I do on here, which one is your favorite character? Do you play the guitar? Oh, do I, sir? Do I play the guitar? Oh, I'm so glad you've asked. He asked if I played guitar, everyone. He asked. Sorry for running late, stepson. This visual reality or Called this roller coaster was awesome, like I was on the real thing. Justin Priest, right on. Joe P. Hi, David. Michael Goldsmith says, Rain Man. I was singing the same thing. I like Sophisticated Name. Hands down my favorite, Rain Man. Can you see my comments? Nay, nay. Yes. Awesome. No one does voices like you, Palp. Unreal. Alex Jones, Steve Running says. Justin Smith says Alex Jones. Play us a tune, will you, nay? It says Lurch. Sophisticated, nay. Never heard Rain Man? Oh, you've never heard Rain Man? There's really not much to hear. I'm just gonna get in your car and take you for a little drive. I'm a good driver. I like to drive. I found your keys. I got in your car. I took it for a drive. Took it down the road. Took it to the freeway. I took it to the freeway and I took it up the off ramp. And cars were getting out of my way. They were all going the wrong way, but I was going the right way because it was the way I was going. In your car. I got on the freeway. I started driving the wrong way. Down the road. All the cars were getting out of my way. I started to count all the mile markers to make sure they all added up. And they did. I just saw the mile markers, counted them all. I'm like, my own characters start fucking fighting for dominance, man. That is hilarious. Mine is Phil. You like Phil from Flex Seal and the entire Flex Seal family of products? Walmart employed me. They don't know what they've done. You love Rain Man. Josephine Teresa. Michael Goldsmith. I've tried to do it and I can't. Too cool. Michael, I can't think of things to say to keep going. Cat Stoops. Oh, I can. You just tell a fucking story. It's easy enough, right? Just tell the story, man. What's the story? You got in your car, he stole your keys, took your car down the freeway, went the wrong way down the freeway. He counted the mile markers, make sure they added up. Then he came back down the driveway, put your keys back. He likes your car. It's a nice car. He's a good driver. Likes to drive. That's pretty basic shit right there, man. You could go with that all night, man. You know, you could talk about parts of the car. And basically all you got to do is just, you know, hold your eyes open really wide and put the camera up above. It's got that weird, I don't know, man. It's just got like a weird perspective. Makes me look like Rain Man when I do that. I don't know how I figured that out. It has something to do with the mustache, too. I don't know why. It's fucking funny. UFC? What? There's UFC? They wouldn't have UFC fight on the same night as the Tyson boxing fight, would they? That doesn't even make sense. Tyler Sullivan? That doesn't even make sense. Any great stories, Nate? Best cannabis you have ever smoked? Any great stories? Were you in any other accidents? Yeah, I've been in a lot of accidents. Yeah, I've got great stories. I do. I've got the best stories. You fired. I've got the best stories. I've got the best words. Have you heard my words? You're fired. You're fired, you son of a bitch. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You son of a bitch. That, you talk about a bully. When you were the president of the United States and you use that position to attack people that you disagree with, people like Colin Kaepernick, you know, or whoever the fuck. Ah, man, I'm not going to miss that motherfucker. I'll smoke to that. Yep, fights every Saturday night. Nights are free. And ESPN Tyson fight is on pay-per-view. So they're doing UFC and Tyson fight at the same time. It doesn't even make sense. What? That's like such a conflict. You know, what are people supposed to do that like watching fighting? That like watching combat sports? The Godfather? You've disrespected the family. You're gonna bring out the Godfather. I'm here to tell you, don't disrespect the family. You've done enough damage. Just let it be. Do the right thing. Enough is enough. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. I'm smoking for Donald Trump, man. This one's for Trumpy Trump. Cheers. Robin, do you know why Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear in that fight? I mean, the fight was there for everyone to see, hon. Did you see the fight? Did you watch the fight? Since you're commenting on it. It was Evander Holyfield's ear, by the way. Yeah, well, I'll tell you this, because I remember. Evander Holyfield was headbutting Mike Tyson. In boxing, that's not legal. But the ref wasn't calling it. He warned him one time. That's why Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear. And if you guys didn't see the fight, you wouldn't fucking know that. You know, I wouldn't expect you to know that. Who do I think will win the fight? I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. That's why Mike Tyson can still box. Because everyone that saw that fight knew he was getting headbutted illegally. The ref even said something about it. But the fact was, Evander Holyfield was doing it every chance he got. And I was like, man, Mike Tyson's going to do something. I don't know what. But you could see the fucking anger and the frustration in him every time he was getting headbutted. You could see it. And man, when he bit Evander Holyfield's ear, I was like, man, I saw that shit coming. I wasn't even shocked. I wasn't even shocked when it happened. Do you know what I said when it happened? I said, that's what you get when you're fucking headbutting somebody repeatedly. You get your fucking ear bit the fuck off. And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. I said, he got exactly what the fuck he deserved. He got maimed for the rest of his life, man. He got fucking maimed, and he fucking deserved it. You know, if you can't beat Mike Tyson fair and square, then just take the beating like a man. Don't fucking headbutt him. You know? Fucking tell me Tyson shouldn't box because he fucking bit a man's ear that was fucking repeatedly headbutting him in the face. Please. I just love it when people pipe up about shit they have no idea what they're talking about. But now you know. Now you know. The more you know. The more you know. I was always a little angry around the fact that everyone was so receptive to Evander Holyfield after that fight. You know, the fact that he won, I understood. You know, the biting thing and all that. He won that fight. I don't think he won the fight fair, but he won the fucking fight. Right? I just don't think he deserved, all the talk shows and movie appearances and red carpet introductions that he got. I was like, dude, the guy was a cheater. I hate fucking cheaters, man. And I always said that. I was like, man, Evander Holyfield was a fucking cheater. He fucking cheated in that fight. Man, but listen, man, most people, even if you're the size of a fucking recreational vehicle like Evander Holyfield is, most people aren't going to be able to stand there and take fucking punches from Mike Tyson in the fucking stomach. You don't realize if he's not punching you in the face, he's punching you in the ribs. And you have no idea when Mike Tyson is doing that to you, what that fucking feels like, man. And for him to be able to stand there and take that shit, I give him credit. I guarantee you, man, tonight's fight's going to be a good fight. I don't think it's going to be over quick. I think it's probably going to go the whole fucking night. And it's going to be exhausting. It's probably going to be a really good fight. But, I got to a point when I was in my late 40s where I thought, I'm done physically. I thought, man, it's too bad. I thought I had a good run, but I guess I, burn out early or whatever. And I found out that all the pain I was suffering that was preventing me from being physical was mostly due to my poor diet. It was sugar and red meat. And the less sugar and the less red meat that I eat, the healthier and the less pain that I have, and the healthier I feel. So I've been able to slowly rehabilitate a lot of the pains that I had in my elbows, my shoulders. It's good. It just shows me that somebody like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., these guys who are professionals and they make that their profession, they're probably not going to have much problem tonight. I would think that if they're like this, I've been like that many times, right? They probably shouldn't be stepping into a ring with each other. And I have a feeling they don't suffer stuff like that. I figure they're probably doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling good. I think that Mike Tyson is older than me. I think he's a year older than me. Isn't Mike Tyson 53? Oh, Tyler, don't worry. Oh, don't you worry, man. There's no such thing as an exhibition when you're bringing Tyson and Jones into a ring. Trust me. There's no referee's going to be able to stop them from fucking going at it. And let me tell you something else. They don't No knockouts allowed. What does that even mean? No knockouts allowed. Oh, God. They have a no knockout rule. He's 54. He's 2 years older than me. Okay, Google. How old is Mike Tyson?
54 years old.
He's 54, Lurch. He's 54, Nene. He's 54 years old and he's fucking pissed off. Damn, man. I don't doubt that it's going to be a great fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if they both go in there. Very first thing they try to do is just fucking beat the shit out of each other. Right off the get-go. Try to hurt each other. You know? What time? Nobody's told me what time this fight is. Have you told me what time it is? Okay, Google. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight tonight, time and channel on DirecTV.
Here's a summary from PennLive.com. It is also available on pay-per-view on traditional providers including Verizon Fios, Comcast Xfinity and DirecTV. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Time, 9 p.m.
9 p.m. on the East Coast? Is it 9 p.m. on the East Coast? Hey, Breathe Easy. What's up? Let's try answering. East Coast. Oh. So it's going to start in a half hour? This fight starts in a half hour? Six p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, Google. DirecTV channel for Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson fight.
These are the top results.
DirecTV. There's 4 fights prior. They're fighting in my state. They're fighting here in California. I love it. It'd be so cool if I had a personal fucking jet. I'd be like, fly me down there to that fight. Fly me down there. It'd be so cool. My buddy's got one of those. He lives in Orlando. There's a bunch of fights beforehand, huh? Nobody's even doing that anymore, pal. Unreal. Unreal, pal. Nothing's even going on anymore, pal. Unreal. Nothing's even going on anymore, pal. UFC's at 7. Oh. Have him fly me out. Right. Magsy, right? I told him, I was like, you should fly out here, man. Politics. Go ahead, Ray. Ask away. I kind of want to play my Vantage guitar, man. I can't believe I left one of my guitars over there. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't know. I don't even know which guitar I left, man. Shit. Fuck. I think I got the Telecaster and the Stratocaster right here. The other guitar... Bro, I thought I brought 3 guitars up here. Where's the third guitar at? I don't even know. Oh, here it is. So, this is heavy as fuck. Dude, did I grab the wrong... Oh, this has got to be the Telecaster, right? Yeah. So then what's this? Is this the fucking Vantage? Oh no, it's the... It's the fucking Stratocaster. So then over here I've got... whatever's in this case. Oh, there it is. That's the Vantage. That's the one, man. This is the one. Bother anybody? His ears bothering him. Ah, man. Just popped in my back. Felt good. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Probably got these switches all nice and tightened up now. This is a really cool looking guitar, man. It's got frets. It's got 12. No, Ray. He's gonna walk out of there. There's nothing to worry about. Huh. That's what the game turned all the way up? That doesn't seem right. Oh, I knew it. I was like, it didn't seem right. Something didn't seem right to me. Listen to that feedback. This thing is screaming. Fuck yeah! Dude, I miss this guitar so much. Oh my god, I haven't been able to play like that in so long. That fucking Stratocaster does not let me play as good as this guitar does. This is like one of the best guitars I've ever found. Just, I got lucky. I just found this thing. But it just lets me play so much better, man. Oh, God. Let me let my dog out. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had fun. No hashtag keep it opens, I see. Rogie? How you doing, buddy? I wish I knew where my fucking shoes were. I lost them today. I don't know where I left them at. God, I never got tea. It was supposed to buy tea. Oh, I bet I know where my shoes are. Hey, you wanna go outside? I'm gonna take him outside for a walk. Let me see how many hashtag keep it opens I can get while I'm outside walking my dog. Maybe I'll find a video for you guys to watch while I'm outside. Here. Let me see if anybody's live right now on YouTube. Nays Garden is live. Lucky for you. The Young Turks. Can't believe I'm subscribed to them on this channel. Nays Garden, Nays Garden, Nays Garden, Nays Garden. There's a lot of those. Nope. RT. Patrick C. Allen. I don't know who that is. Texas T. I don't know who that is. Newsmax is live. I will play you. Trump can win 36 electoral college votes if Supreme Court looks at say. Yeah, I'll let you guys watch H.A. Goodman fucking struggle with this because it's going to be funny. I haven't seen it yet, but you guys will get to see it before me. So I'll let you guys watch this.
It is possible for the Supreme Court to give President Trump the eventual victory. It is possible. This should be the definitive guide in terms of a YouTube segment to exactly how and why that should happen. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 200,000 subscribers. Go to hagoodman.com if you want to support My Voice long term. Hit subscribe. Tell everybody you know about H.A. Goodman, My Voice, this channel. Number one, state legislatures are the only institutions that have the authority, and this is within Bush v. Gore and also the United States Constitution, to alter or extend dates and deadlines pertaining to mail-in ballots. So number one, if, like in Pennsylvania or Georgia, a state legislature was not involved, okay, in the extension of a mail-in ballot deadline, that's not constitutional. The state legislature has to be involved, or has to vote on it, okay? In most of these states, what they did was they tried to extend the time to mail-in ballots, and actually they weren't successful because courts either rejected the request or the state legislature had to get involved. But in certain states, for example, Georgia, with Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, and Pennsylvania, the Supreme Court the state Supreme Court allowed extensions for mail-in ballots that were unconstitutional extensions. Even the Supreme Court, before Amy Coney Barrett, had a 4-4 tie in whether or not to do away with all the votes after Election Day in Pennsylvania. You do away with the votes after Election Day in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in Pennsylvania and Georgia, that's 36 electoral college votes. President Trump was up by a wide margin in Pennsylvania and Georgia. They also extended the time in Nevada. So that's 38 electoral college votes. That gives the election, that's well within, that gives the election to President Trump, but Biden barely squeaks by if the 36 go to President Trump, and he's only up by it's like 270, 268. But then the electors can get involved. What happened is, number one, state legislatures are the only institutions, according to Bush v. Gore, and according to the Constitution of the United States of America, so theconversation.com, it is generally accepted that federal judges should defer to the state court's interpretation of its own law, but in a separate opinion written on behalf of 4 conservative Justice Brett Kavanaugh, Neil Gorsuch used Rehnquist's opinion on Bush v. Gore to argue that the state courts cannot usurp the role of state legislatures. Okay, so within the U.S., this is an article by The Conversation, within the U.S. Constitution, you have to, under Article 2 of the Constitution, state legislatures have total power to decide how their electoral college votes should be awarded. They don't even have to hold a presidential election if they don't want to. That's interesting. So, whatever the process Rehnquist wrote, it should be respected. No court, state or federal, should disturb it. Okay, that's the constitutional argument for President Trump. So that's number one. He has the Constitution on his side, even if you want to say, well, that's just an interpretation, and, we have the pandemic. Number two, in addition to the constitutional argument, so once it gets to the Supreme Court, President Trump should receive the electoral votes in Georgia and Pennsylvania. He should. The odds are stacked against him. Okay. But this is how President Trump wins. Number two, if they want to say, well, we have the pandemic, and in times of a pandemic, the state legislatures can be usurped because it's the health and safety of people. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, how everything that benefits Democrats suddenly is just healthy and fine. So, CNBC.com, October 16, 2020. Dr. Fauci plans to vote in person. Okay, this is a hero. This man is a hero to millions of good liberals and Democrats. A hero! Oh my goodness, and he plans to vote in person. Here's how to stay safe during voting during a pandemic. Dr. Fauci plans to vote in person. Okay, in person, and he did. And he stated even right before November 3rd, it's fine. This is, totally fine. Everything's fine. And so that's a CNBC article. So, and then there's all these hilarious fact checks here because Fauci told them something they didn't want to hear. But he said, there's no reason why we can't vote if guidelines are followed. Well, of course, there you go. But everything is this legalistic. He stated it's safe to vote. So they say, well, the pandemic is the reason. Number one, Fauci stated that, and you should share this everywhere because you can even share this with, well, don't ever engage with disgruntled, deranged, Trump derangement people, liberals and Democrats. So don't ever debate them because they're like allergic to just basic logic. They have a problem with just basic logic. Okay, protests are safe, but, church is very, very bad. So just basic logic. Rain, hail lawsuits in the pandemic crisis fail to halt Wisconsin election. This is before a mask mandate. Voters showed up wearing homemade masks and plastic garbage bags. And this is a photo of people, many of whom, and most of whom, many of whom don't have protective coverings. But here, this is an article by Natasha Korecki, Zach Montalero, and Caitlin Aprisco. Milwaukee, they showed up wearing homemade face masks and plastic garbage bags. They waited in long lines for 2 hours. They endured rain and pummeling hailstorm. Rain and pummeling hailstorm. These are the Democrats who are worried about who gave ballots to every registered voter on the planet. Deceased, felon, doesn't matter. Can't fill out the form. And then they say, well, there's no evidence of anything. We haven't looked at every single ballot. And an audit is just the same, a recount is just the same count of ballots that very likely shouldn't have been counted in the first place. But they showed up wearing, so voters here on Tuesday braved the most grueling conditions. This is an article, Politico, April 7th, 2020. Okay? The most grueling conditions, with some fearing they were risking their lives to take part in the most dangerous elections the United States has seen. Nobody had to vote in the Democratic primary. The Democratic primary is this was the fourth during the pandemic they had. So you didn't have to give mail-in ballots to every registered voter so that you would get the benefit of media and of courts to say, well, we don't know if you counted all the deceased voters and all the voters that should, and then you overcounted in Detroit and other places, and we don't know, we don't have the absolute proof. Well, we don't have all the 150 million ballots before us, or 60 million ballots before us. We don't have each and every one of those ballots. We can only assume the best. So, this is what they do. They didn't care about the health crisis. They had 4 primaries, one of which they had primaries in Arizona, Florida, and Illinois in March. They didn't care. Then they had a primary in Wisconsin just to kick Bernie Sanders to the curb and cheat him again, like they cheated him in 2016 with Debbie Wasserman Schultz being forced to resign. Voters here on Tuesday braved the most grueling of conditions, with some fearing they were risking their lives. And then it was, well, you have to vote in person. It's democracy. Then it became in November 3rd, well, you have to vote via mail. You have to extend mail-in ballots. It's democracy. Anything that helps them is democracy. Um, so that's number two. They can't. They shouldn't. They had no right to hide behind the pandemic. So number one, the constitutional argument is President Trump's. Many of these states, including and especially Georgia and Pennsylvania, usurped the authority of state legislatures given to state legislatures by the United States Constitution. That's within Bush v. Gore. And Rehnquist, the Chief Justice, already set that in stone. Then you have the issue of, well, we have to protect people's lives. They didn't care. And then they say, well, Biden, he did so well in the election. He's, really popular, charisma? People love him? No. The only reason the man is likely to get away with everything is because they hid behind a horrible, horrendous tragedy that we faced in this country. That was not the fault of President Trump, and if anything, it was more the fault of governors, like New York's governor, who presided over the worst in terms of aggregate numbers and fatality rate of lives lost. But the New York Times is all the stats you need. You go to the New York Times, 7 out of the top 10 states in terms of aggregate numbers of lives lost and per capita rates are all Democratic-run states. Then they talk the most in terms of what you should do, what you should not do. My official position has always been listen to medical professionals, medical experts, wear masks, do what the medical experts say. But Democrats have the worst outcomes, and Democrats hid behind a disaster in terms of a health crisis, and not the fault of President Trump.
Huh.
The fault of
He never stops with that narrative. I love it. He doesn't want to tell you that that's where the airports are in most of the Democratic states. He won't mention that. I love it. Yeah, the mental gymnastics, right, Nino? God, man. It's fucking, as soon as I walk in, I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Nino and Nunu, like I wasn't going to notice. Whatever. Nino and Nunu. We got Nino and Nunu up in here. Up in this bitch. You want to grow pounds? Then keep watching my show. Watch my show and learn how to grow 22 pounds on 6 plants, son. That's like an average of like, what, 3 pounds a plant or something? Oh, boy. My ears are cold. Oh, that's better. This thing warms them up fast. I'm not talking louder than normal, am I? I can't hear myself talk, so I'll make sure to talk really quiet. This guy's a full-on Trump supporter? Yeah, I know he is. H.A. Goodman, he's a full-on Trump supporter. It's hilarious. He's a smart guy, man, but he just can't see through. It's such a thick level of ignorance, man. It's such a thick level of indoctrination, a thick level of brainwashing. He's brainwashed. I feel sorry for him. I would like to bust him out of it, and allow him to see himself for what he is, man. He's a fucking liar. And I'd love for him to see that, You know, maybe he could come in here and watch, my audience talk about him, What you guys were saying when I came in. Made a lot of sense, and it was true. He drank the Kool-Aid, exactly. I mean, for him to have such a high regard for Donald Trump, I can't believe you guys hung for 11. You fucking stood up. You handled H.A. Goodman for 12 fucking minutes. I love you guys.
Governors.
I love you.
Who were more governors and Democrats who were more
I smoked for y'all, man.
in impeaching Trump.
I'm even gonna clear. I'm gonna change my water so it even looks better. Give me a second.
Schumer, De Blasio, Cuomo, Gillibrand, all of New York. That is the epicenter of the worst outcome. And media completely disregards anything to do with their horrendous leadership, sending elderly people into old age homes and infecting some. I mean, we can go on forever. It's just amazing. But they didn't have to hide behind the pandemic. Then there's the issue of registered voters, which is very likely exactly why they hid behind the pandemic. Approximately 24 million, 1 out of every 8 voter registrations in the United States are no longer valid or significantly accurate. This is according to the Pew Trust, pewtrust.org. Then, of course, you have a AP fact check. Voter registration problems do not equate to fraud. Voter registration. This is the apoplectic, sad but hilarious
I'm
manner in
apoplectic.
the
I'm
good liberal
apoplectic.
Journalist has a really a problem with basic logic and critical thinking.
Apoplectic, visibly mad. That's me. I'm apoplectic. He wants to mention that the states that had COVID the worst at the beginning were the Democratic states, and he wants to blame New York and all that, and that's where a lot of the international travel comes in, to the United States. It comes into the to New York, comes into California, and he never wants to mention that, and that's a fact. It's part of the reason why the Democratic states at first had it so bad. Why won't he say why it's leveled off now and why the Republican states are just as bad as the Democratic states now? Why won't he talk about that? And the leaps and bounds he must make in order to satisfy the narrative that he plays off on his audience are phenomenal. It's like Neo, in the Matrix, jumping from building top to building top like it's nothing. These leaps and bounds. He's fucking Neo. And his audience believes everything he says. He believes Trump can still win. Is that what he said? Let's keep listening. I love this guy.
Skills. It's true that the voter registration.
You got to understand this. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. I really love this guy. I want to be able to reach him on this. I'd love to be able to help him.
Really a lot of problems, and so the facts. Here are the facts. This is PBS.org, but also, this is the AP fact check that they're quoting. The Pew Center on the state's issue.
For y'all for staying, thank you. Cheers. I changed my water for you guys.
System, quote, was plagued with errors and inefficiencies that waste taxpayer dollars, undermine voter confidence, and fuel partisan disputes over the integrity of our elections. The report urged states to expand online voter registration and other online tools to allow voters to update their information, saying paper-based systems. Okay, so Trump correctly cited Pew's finding in that report, which found that approximately 24 million people, 1 out of every 8, and you want to bet that Democrats utilized, very likely, this glaring issue we face as a country. Trump correctly cited Pew's findings in that report, which found that approximately 24 million, 1 out of every 8 voter registrations were no longer valid or significantly inaccurate, and that more than 1.8 million deceased individuals were listed as voters. He also was correct in noting that approximately 2.7 million people have registered in more than one state. You have Democratic states that were won by.
Hey, Shelley.
Red states too that were giving everyone in the state a ballot. So think about that for a second. And I believe everyone in Pennsylvania, everyone in Wisconsin, everyone in Nevada, everyone in Michigan is given a mail-in ballot. Everybody. And you have ballot deadlines extended in Pennsylvania and Georgia and other places. And you have 24 million people who were registered no longer valid or significantly inaccurate. What are the odds that Democrats took advantage of this issue? Hiding behind the pandemic that I just talked about and circumventing the Supreme Court, which is what I talked about in the beginning. So the third issue, the Supreme Court, and hiding behind the pandemic is the second. And the third issue is the fact that there's 24 million that even the AP says, well, Trump is right about that. But then they go on to say, experts say cases of, I don't give a what experts say about anything because they're always Democratic. You have Democrats who are so apoplectic and seething and fuming and devoid of any, logical reasoning skills. They're calling up friends and family. Oh, I can't be your friend anymore. I'm very
Apoplectic. He says that all the time.
It's like, well, I don't want never-ending counterinsurgency.
I had to go look it up.
Wars, but I guess you're okay with that. Oh, climate change. Experts. So this is the fact check. So now fact checks have been diluted to or have been morphed into a bunch of experts that agree with us say this. It's like, so they very well be wrong. There are a lot of experts also, the FEC chairman himself, Troy Traynor, who called this election illegitimate. So, and who agreed with Sidney Powell and says, yeah, there's almost certainly rampant fraud going on. But think about if the tables were reversed. What would they be saying? They would say, well, Trump came back because he hid behind the health crisis. But here, experts say cases of voter fraud involving dead people are isolated. So what? Cases that have been prosecuted involving deceased people are isolated. Yeah, so when have those cases been part of an election where every registered voter in numerous states around the country that Biden miraculously comes back in, when have those cases been prosecuted or sent to a court of law? This is a very important segment, ladies and gentlemen. Share it everywhere.
Very important.
Experts say cases of
voter fraud. About every
who cares
single
what the
segment.
experts say? Those are the same experts we're talking. The same experts saying everything's fine today, literally, Yale legal scholars quoted back.
You guys know another lie that H.A. Goodman tells his audience? He says that, hey, Chris, what's up? He says that his segments are going viral. They're not. He doesn't understand what viral means if he thinks his segments are going viral. I went back and I looked at his videos. I checked his numbers, and he's got no viral videos at all.
Back in 2012 and 2016 and 2008, we're talking about how fraud can take place easily with absentee ballots and mail-in ballots. This was in Slate. This was in the New York Times. This was in publications in South Florida. Because Republicans back then were doing the cheating. Or getting away with the cheating. And so that's why the Democrats were like, well, that's not fair. Now they're like, it's okay, it's working out for us. So.
Right. Exactly, H.A., you got it.
They go into this.
He figured it out.
This, hilarious.
They don't care.
Well, it's really rare. And they did the same thing. They do the same thing with this election.
I was thinking about this earlier today. H.A. Goodman. If Donald Trump won the election and there was as much evidence of fraud as you see now, and he won the election, would you be investigating it and trying to figure it all out? Let me answer that. Fuck no. Of course he wouldn't. What's that make him? A fucking hypocrite. That's what it makes him.
Caution, this has been debunked and baseless, everything's baseless. Nothing's baseless. They disregard evidence that doesn't suit them because they have problems with with logical reasoning and just basic logic. And they have problems seeing the world for what it is. It's not that Republicans are pure as the driven snow. It's actually that some Republicans side with Democrats when it suits them. So it's not even like you just look at Mitt Romney and Ben Sass and Raffensperger in Georgia and
Beaslin.
The issue is that this was the perfect scenario to get a candidate who couldn't even become mayor of your town if you're watching this anywhere in the world. I thank God I have viewers in the Philippines. God bless you in the Philippines. I have viewers in the UK, Australia. To my Australian viewers, thank you. To my viewers in New Zealand, in Canada, in Mexico, Ivory Coast, Nepal. I mean, it's just, I'm very thankful that I have viewers around the world.
Say my segments are going viral too.
Biden
Say that.
in your town, couldn't become mayor of your town. Would you vote for Biden? A person who doesn't know where he is half the time and slurs his speech and has nothing to do with an impediment, says the most bizarre...
Let me just say this. Everything he's saying is true, and the answer to his question is people weren't voting for Biden, H.A. Goodman. People were voting against Donald Trump. Biden was the only viable option to get Donald Trump out of office. That's what you don't want to look at.
Things about leg hairs being erect and all this. It's like... And that's like... goes after like people. Hey man, come on man, come on. Hey, you want to do a push-up, man? Who's falling for this? Like Democrats aren't even really happy. They're like, okay, well, we don't have to deal with Trump anymore. They're not looking forward to Biden. They all know they got away with something, but see, they have the New York Times, the Washington Post, the New York Times, the CNN, MSNBC. They have the entire media that said Russia bought Facebook ads to help Trump. Everyone around Trump could have been implicated, and they fabricated everything, and they were hysterical for 4 years. Every day, obsessing for 4 years. And then suddenly, elections are pristine. And if you doubt the outcome, oh my God, you're hurting democracy. But you weren't hurting democracy for 4 years when you try to delegitimize the 2016 election? I mean, it's like... Nobody believes anything. Like this is nobody believes media. Like 60 to 70% of them.
Who tried to delegitimize the 2016 election? Hillary Clinton had the popular vote by 3 million Americans. Nobody's trying to delegitimize it. Donald Trump won the electoral. Everybody knows that. Nobody was trying to delegitimize that election. Who is he fucking talking about? Where are his sources? What's his evidence? You know, Hillary Clinton graciously said she lost that election. She conceded. Took her a couple days, but she conceded.
Americans didn't trust media prior to this. Now it's even worse. They did a Monmouth University poll. 77% of Republicans said, yeah, something horrendous went on. A major fraud took place. That's why Biden won. Trump can still come back, but we need the Supreme Court to say, look, the legal argument is the following, and also they say, well, these state courts are throwing out Giuliani's court cases. Not all, no, not actually. President Trump has achieved some major legal victories. Justice Alito said that Pennsylvania has to separate ballots after Election Day. A Pennsylvania judge ruled in favor of President Trump on one element of mail-in ballots. The extension the deadline being extended. He's had legal victories. And now there are court cases from Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell. So, I mean, believe me, President Trump, this is far from over for President Trump, but again, it's an uphill climb. If Joe Biden gets sworn in January 2021, you have to relive 2020 every single day for the next 4 years. To ensure it doesn't happen in 2022, to ensure that Democrats don't give let's see, 24 million people. So 24 million people. This is according to Pew, the Pew Research Center, Pew Trust, Pew Center on the states, 2012. And it's gotten worse now. But let's just say, conservatively, 24 million Americans got mail-in ballots. Oh, this is around the country. So most states did, or the most populous states gave, Democratic states gave all of their voters mail-in. So you're talking well over 15 million. Conservatively, that's with the increase in population. So, I mean, you could do the math on that. One person is too much, but you probably have well over 15 to 20 million. Okay? And more than 1.8 million deceased individuals are listed as voters. And this was in 2012. It's gotten worse. Detroit, Michigan, the state of Michigan is going after a Democratic election official that I talked about in my segment prior, 2 segments prior to this one, that altered 193 voting records in Detroit on the computer to basically backdated them. She's alleged to have done that, and Michigan is trying to make an example out of her. That's the only reason they went after this person. But anyway, give me your thoughts below. You have this. You can look up the article titles. It's Politico. It's the Pew Trust organization, Pew Research. It's like I'm reading from PBS. These are all this is all the public record knowledge that good liberal Democrats, view as credible and wonderful. The truth is out there. It's right before us. What they did was despicable this election.
Oh shit!
But that's what they do. They cheated their own. They cheat their own candidates before they cheated President Trump, and they picked and they chose the times to be fearful and the times to be okay with with in-person voting. They allowed in-person voting during the primary. They didn't. They said, "Oh, please, we have to, give everyone a ballot on November 3rd." And then they say, "Well, there's no evidence of anything. We're finding not only irregularities and statistical anomalies, but a whole bunch of irregularities. 400 affidavits, sworn affidavits, signed under penalty of perjury. 12,000 incident reports." And if cases are being thrown out, that's because the allegations need to be investigated. They had 4 years to chase phantoms and ghosts. We have, 2 weeks now? So, time is not on our side.
Nope.
They pulled a fast one, almost certainly.
Yep.
They pulled a fast one.
Yep.
What can you do? Other than come back stronger and better in a legal and peaceful manner. Give me your thoughts below. You keep the fight up, and no matter what happens, you continue to keep the fight legally and peacefully. We need to rebound, if we have to rebound, stronger and better and more intelligent and more savvy and more aware of what they're capable of politically. And we have to, every single day in a peaceful and legal manner, every single day relive the 2020 election from now until 2022 and 2024. If we're not able to reclaim what President Trump won on election night. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment. If you lasted 26 minutes of me, share this segment everywhere. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
If you last,
I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do my live stream tonight. I've pretty much fixed the technical issues, but I'll let everybody know. And share this segment everywhere. The channel's moving, people, and it's because of you. Thank you, everybody.
That's H.A. Goodman on YouTube. If you want to go subscribe to him. If you like being lied to. No more fucking Ivanka Trump and fucking her doofus fucking husband in the goddamn White House either. Going out on the goddamn White House lawn, addressing the reporters, acting like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Ugh. No more Kayleigh McEnany. No more fucking Kellyanne Conway. You know, no more fucking all the douchebag pundit what do they call those motherfuckers? Surrogates of Trump that go out on all the news programs. Every single one of them. And fucking and now Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro and what's his name? Steven Crowder. All those motherfuckers, we get to listen to them cry for the next 4 years. They're going to be crying like little bitches. And it's going to be so sweet listening to them cry. And they're never going to stop. They're going to be pissing and moaning and pissing and moaning and pissing and moaning for 4 years straight. And you know what? There's one thing you can remember about all that. It's that they were saying the same thing about the fucking left, and they're about to do it themselves for 4 years. And you guys should all enjoy and appreciate that. Because I can see they're not going to stop after January 20th. It's not going to stop. They're going to keep on going. They're going to keep crying. They're going to keep pissing. And we're going to have to hear it all the time. And people are going to come in. We're going to be live. We're going to be having fun. And somebody's going to come into the chat and say, Trump won 2020. The election was a sham and I'm a liar. And I misrepresent reality and democracy. And I'm fucking, you know, whatever the fuck. And I'm a BLM. You goddamn right I am. I have to make sure he doesn't eat anything. He's just eating everything, man. I don't know what his deal is. So this guitar plays pretty good. I'd like to try a new guitar pick with it, maybe. One that's fairly new. Hey, Rogie. Rogie, you're so cute. You need some attention, buddy? You look like you might need some attention. Rogan tilts his head. He's so cute. Hey, John. Balder. In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows, lies the face, lies the snake in the sun of my disgrace. Start the rain, boiling heat, when I play to keep, carry on, times of no one is like you anymore. The black hole sun, won't you come, wash away the rain. The black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? I forgot those chords right there. Look in my eyes, what do you see? Of your personality. Man, you can bend these strings way higher than all my other guitars. This is like the best fucking guitar I have. Cheapest one, best one. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I'm saying it's the easiest one to play, man, by far. This is the easiest guitar, man. It's a little noisy, though. A little noisy. I could play it through the noise gate though, you know. Plug this right into the freaking noise gate, baby. Let's see here. Where's the input? Where's the input of this bitch? I'm gonna put it in the input. Where's the? Oh, I'm looking at it upside down. Input. Output. Okay, let's see if this works. Get rid of that buzz noise. Really make this guitar rock. Oh yeah. It's an interesting setting. I'd have to adjust the thing, and I got my jars in the way and shit, but I could really make it sound good if I wanted to. It's pretty cool. You guys take care. Thanks for watching my show. Check out Ron Placone. He's my buddy. RonPlacone.com, LucyandRon.com. That's all you need to know. Good night, guys. Bye-bye. I think I've said all I need to say tonight. 2 hours.